Wholeness, everyone. Welcome to Runes of Silvertree. This is the official first episode and rune reading of the Season of the Wild Deer. It's been quite a challenge to be consistent and disciplined with the upload of the messages. I've been going through personal shifts since for actually quite some time, but this summer during the season of the white wolf, it's been just really incredibly challenging to, work on my music, work on my energy readings, and just do things that I enjoy. So due to the nature of the wild deer, there's a huge flux of energies energy shifts that are taking place that I will get into in the next couple of weeks. And maybe I'll go into more detail with that on my Seeds of Silvertree channel. That channel, Seeds of Silvertree, is still trying to find its voice. It's trying to find its niche. However, I want to go over a few updates and not get off topic too much here. So, just to review and revisit, the setup for this channel, Runes of Silvertree, will be again twice a month. Before and after every new moon and full moon, and that is to give respect to the space of neutrality and work in the space of neutrality. A lot of the time, people will tend to watch or become active in their energy work during the phases of the moon where the energy is most potent. And so I want to upload before and after every new moon and full moon, okay? Not the day of, because it doesn't really resonate and it doesn't really fit the authenticity of the moment. And again, my rune readings they're not astrologically aligned or even with the lunar calendar. It's all just based off of the human collective, and it doesn't fit any box really. Just I use a combination of animal medicines and that cycle. Each season carries a certain frequency and a certain frame, a certain energy blueprint. So look out every Saturday from here on out. You will see an upload for an energy reading. Next, I want to just quickly talk about upcoming topics and series for this channel. So you will see my face, and I will create cycles of 10 videos, hopefully, where I can keep it short and sweet, but just dive into more of spiritual talks, and that way you can connect with me visually. And so that is coming up. I'm currently working to set that up, hopefully for the month of August. So I'm really excited. The series that I will start will be uploaded every Wednesday. And Wednesday is it represents the planet Mercury, and Mercury is the planet that is symbolic of communication and speaking and talking and connecting. So it's very fitting. Saturday uploads, for the rune readings, they'll be a lot longer, 30 minutes or so. And Saturday is the planet Saturn, and Saturn is very masculine. He's a very father type energy. It's very slow. So it's a time of just rest and restoration. So, and then finally, I also would like to create create videos that will give the animal energies that I work with and that work with me a voice. So I work with the butterfly medicine, the deer medicine, the wolf medicine, the wild boar medicine, and the red serpent medicines. These are things that parts of my aspect, or the parts of my consciousness, aspects of my consciousness that I find hold wisdom. Everyone has these medicines within themselves. And so it's up to you to create and to initiate that connection. But I find that giving a voice to these medicines will also help those that that need that guidance, or that the heart that needs that guidance, the mind that needs just confirmation, because we're all here to be together, and we are all part of the human community and the human collective, and we're all beings having a human experience. And so I am not a channel focused or geared so much on how many subscribers or views or likes or dislikes. I am shooting an arrow in the dark, and I know that I will hit my mark with the right people and with the right beings. And so with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into today's reading, and may you enjoy the first episode of the season. It is titled "The Collective Fatigue of and the Shedding of the Serpent's Skin." All right. Thank you so much, Wholeness. Wholeness, everyone. Welcome to Season 2 of The Wild Deer. This is the episode 1. And the topic is breaking spells, the illusion of separation. And so this came through this morning through meditation, and the importance of acknowledging that this is a real phenomena, and this is actually the source of our suffering as a human collective. This is the reason why there are so many blockages with our health, wealth, and abundance, and our joy. So with this, we will begin this reading, this energy reading. I'm going to shake up my jar here, and then I will we'll see what Source has to say in this message. Here we go. All right. Okay, so we have a lot of energy clustered in the middle here of our womb of all creation, okay? And from the get, I just, as a reminder, because it's been a minute since I have posted and uploaded one of these energy readings, I first off will read the runes that are face up, because that's what we're facing as a collective. And then I typically will read runes that are standing upright, that are facing in a specific direction. And last but not least, I will read runes that are face downward. Those are hidden energies or secrets or things that are happening right underneath our nose, that we aren't consciously aware of, that's taking place on a subconscious level for the human collective. So, given that we are in the deer season, I will make a separate video that will talk about the deer medicine specifically, because I think that that's incredibly important to understand the characteristics and the attributes and the shadow and light sides and aspects of such a powerful medicine as the deer. Okay. But with this, let's just get started here. So you see the facing runes that are facing up, and actually I'm just glaring at this one here, which is very interesting. We have the wild boar rune, just pretty much it's I see people carrying someone. Like I see a crowd of people, you know, like when you have a huge rock concert and the artist will jump into a crowd and the crowd will catch him with the hands. That's what I'm seeing. I'm getting a visual of this crowd holding this person up, or this person, this individual in the air, okay, with their hands. And that's what I'm seeing. And with this, the wild boar rune, the wild boar is a very fast but very, very powerful force. Okay, it's represents, it's symbolic of the earth energy. It's very maternal. Usually with the mother wild boars, when they have babies, they have a whole litter of them, so they can have, I think, up to 8 or 10 or 12, I'm not sure, but when they do start having babies, there's tons. Okay, they're very, very protective of their little ones. They also are known to be incredibly fast when they move. So they're incredibly strong, and they have this, when they are on the move, it's these short bursts of energy. Like if you can think of like a linebacker, right? Or a football player that's holding the line. Okay, it's like they're not known for endurance. They're known for short bursts of energy that's directed in a specific way, in a very focused way. But back to this crowd of energy that's holding up, all right, the wild boar, it's something's holding up the earth. Okay, now as to what that all means, I'm not quite sure, but it's something's holding up strength. It's almost like we are tired or fatigued. I see the crowd of people holding a leader, someone very prevalent who has lost all of their strength and can no longer stand on their own, can no longer keep their body upright. They can no longer stand on their 2 feet. And that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing support, a lot of support. And when I see support around this earth energy, it can be incredibly, it's very profound. And given that we also have this 3 energy, the womb, that holy trinity there, so it's a very feminine energy. Okay, it's very creative. Like we have the symbol of creativity, of the womb, of life force energy at the very center, and the life force energy is looking towards and pointing towards this room of strength, okay, that is fatigued. But the great mother, the womb of all creation, has sent her minions, if you will, to uphold this tired warrior. Okay, this warrior, this warrior who is wounded and who's fatigued. That's what I'm seeing. And then we also have the serpent energy here. Okay, we have the serpent energy, a transformative energy. So there's some type of transformative power, transformative shift that's taking place. And let's see, I can't see any other upright runes pointing up. Oh yes, and right here we have a very feminine energy on the outskirts. So it's joy, it's nourishment, and it depends on how you perceive this, but this is like the breaking of bread. If you can see 2 loaves of bread there, and if you can see 2 cups, all right, two cups there that look like breasts, if you will. And breasts, they're, you know, they give life, they give nourishment. So this is a very deep shift in with the serpent energy that's very dominant, 'cause it's also geared towards the center. For the human collective, we are shedding something heavy, something dense that no longer is part of our path. Again, it's that separation, or the illusion of separation. When a being or a collective is going through the separation of, or the illusion of separation, and that becomes realized, actualized, there's awareness of this phenomena, things begin to shift and to be let go. I'll share something personal. So recently, someone that I know, at his place of work, there were over 60 employees that just quit the company last week. Just in one day, 60 employees left. That is very symbolic of this shedding of skin. And I'm speaking on more professional terms, meaning like the workplace. All right, you're gonna start seeing people just leaving their jobs, no longer being able to generate that. If you guys have studied, please look into human design of the generators. We have the manifestor generators, you have the reflectors, you have the projectors, and then there's one other group, and it's an aura type, personality type. I haven't studied it or mastered that form of energy work, but there's definitely a lot of hidden jewels in that area. But with generators are great at working and grinding away. Okay, they grind, they put in the work, they actually love the routine. They can build things, right? They can construct things. Usually if there are a lot of people at a factory job, like a lot of generators tend to work there in that space of building. Well, look at here. Someone who can no longer build, someone who's fatigued, someone who's tired, they can no longer push forward. And the mother is here for it. She's giving her support. She's witnessing it, okay? There is support. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the runes that are underneath this wounded warrior, okay? This generator that can no longer go. Part of the human collective, the culture in this realm is, if you work hard enough, you'll get something in return. And there is a very deep wound of imbalance with that, okay? One of the laws of the universe is that there is law of sacrifice and the law of receiving, okay? You have to give something in order to receive something, right? For gratitude, you show great gratitude for receiving, and forgiveness, you are releasing. So there's this receiving, releasing dance. And if that is off kilter, you have an imbalance. And what we see here post-pandemic, post-COVID, post many other things, is fatigue. We are seeing, shifts and changes in our work culture. Right? There is a reevaluation of what's most important to us. Working until we have nothing left no longer serves. Okay? So we have the wounded worker, right? The wounded generator. Okay? They're completely out of energy. They can no longer be used as a battery, as a light bulb. Okay, they're out. They don't have anything else to sustain themselves. And the Great Mother, as always, she will send her energies to you to help nourish what is broken. But you must shed before you receive this nourishment, and you must shed that heaviness and that dense energy. And that dense energy, what is that? That's what was our main purpose, was to work, to achieve goals, to run after your goals, achieve what? What are we fighting for? What are we working so hard for? It's almost like, I have a saying with, anytime I'm in traffic, right? And you have people that, that zoom past you really fast, and then the light switches to red, it changes to red, and so they have to stop. It's like, hurry to get to nowhere fast, pretty much. And that's what we are realizing as a collective, and it no longer suits us. Let's take a look at the runes that are standing up and facing towards directing towards other energies. And there's quite a few of them. So let's see. Let's start here underneath our man, okay? Underneath our person. I'm going to move that one over there. So we have the full moon, okay? Generator, manifestor generating that manifestation energy holding up, okay? Offering the power for change and manifestation, okay? We have, oh my gosh, the herb of growth, manifesting and growth, okay? So that seed has been planted, so it is an ending of some kind. Oh, then we have alchemy, okay? We have that chaos. We have alchemy, we have energy manipulation, we have energies moving underneath, okay? Underneath in the subconsciously. And here we have patience, spine. I see strength. Again, you see that looks like the spinal column. It looks like the bone, the skeleton, okay? So again, it's also incredibly important. And that's what's holding up our dear friend here, okay? And then here we have a serpent's eye, right? The watchful eye. So it's almost like the ultimate observer. It's like Source is watching itself move towards this huge shift of letting go of the old skin. Let's take a look at this rune here, which is facing out that way. Ooh, we have the broken arrow, okay? That's also strength. That's also, it can be stagnation as well, right? But I'm seeing, again, strength. It's like this now is the time to be strong in your convictions, and regardless of what and how that affects everything else, right? So, meaning for those of us in our work culture, or in a marriage, or things that are very where we have soul contracts that we've honored for a long time. And I'm not talking about, something like, I'm going to start this project. No. I feel like this is our relationship to the things that give us or gave us a sense of purpose that no longer give us a sense of purpose. And we're being asked as a collective to break free, because we have exhausted ourselves in a narrative that no longer serves. The narrative has ended. The song Never Ending Story. Never Ending Story to me is like hell, okay? It's a Never Ending Story, and I'm not saying about the movie or the actual book, okay, or the actual story that's out there. I'm talking about that title and what I feel and what Source is showing me, the never-ending story. It just keeps repeating itself and repeating itself and repeating itself until there's nothing left. There's absolutely nothing left. And then we have a pairing of some kind, an agreement. I see help. I see assistance, right? I see two persons shaking hands. All right, and that's pointing down towards something in the subconscious of the human collective. So let's take a look at that, please. Oh, a new cycle, a new season. There's assistance with this shift. This is also the medicine wheel. And the medicine wheel is a shift. And again, this is the first reading of the deer season, the wild deer season, of course. So it makes perfect sense. We're shifting into the third quarter of the year, of the Gregorian calendar, okay? But we are receiving help. We're receiving help from unseen forces, I believe, because this is, some of us are aware of it and some of us aren't. So some of us can see it. This is what this means when the runes are on their side like this, when they're upright. Some of us are aware, others are not, but it's happening. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, right, and then we have the why, right? Why? Okay, we're being asked to ask ourselves, why are we doing this? Why are we with this person? Why are we in this job? Why do we practice this faith or this spiritual practice or this religion? Why do I live here? Why not there? Why am I doing this? Why am I feeling this way? Okay, and the why is so powerful, you know, because we've been taught for a long time, don't ask why, ask what and move forward. Okay, but now people are starting to ask questions. We're starting to ask questions as a human collective. And here, oh wow. So this also is the rune of the white wolf, and the white wolf season has ended, has officially ended. And so that's a closure of some kind. Meaning, and the white wolf represents the wind energy. The wind is communication, it's talking, okay? And in the deer season, the deer is symbolic for water, for intuition, for flow, and for movement. And so it's, what does all this mean, and how does it tie into the breaking of the spell, of the illusion of separation, right? That's pretty long. But the illusion of separation is a spell, okay? It's a spell, it's a phenomena that the human collective, we put a lot of faith into it, right? The illusion of separation, okay, determines the imbalance of our health, wealth, abundance, and joy. Some people are very, very lost in their illusion. Okay, they're very separated from them. That means what is illusion of separation? Illusion of separation. What does it mean to be separate? What is separation when it comes to consciousness? When you see yourself different, so different from the other that it repels you, it disturbs you. Okay, for example, your worst enemy or someone that you strongly dislike, okay, and being around them stirs up certain frequencies and vibrations that feel unpleasant, and you don't want to be around them for whatever reason. And they may also have the same sentiments towards you. It's that energy, it's that feeling of they're so different from me, they'll never be like them, they'll never be like me, right? And this is, when also, what is another example, when it comes to authority figures, your parents, right? Or your employers, or our judicial systems, like people and places and systems that are in place that keep us feeling low or that inflate us. Like another perfect example of this is celebrity, right? That whole thing. Because, these people, they're called celebrities because they're celebrated. Why are they celebrated? Why? It's very unhealthy illusion of this, oh, look how pretty they are, look how glamorous they are, look how much money and wealth they have, they're so much better, and we look up to them and they look down on us. So the narrative is, right? So the illusion of separation can dictate our experience, our day-to-day experiences here as beings having a human experience. It affects our humanness. The biggest spiritual, most powerful lesson that we can learn this season is to see ourselves in all that we do, in all, and with anyone that we come in contact with. Meaning, you see yourself in strangers, you see yourself in situations, you see yourself in cultures, anything that you deem as different from you. Look at that. Look at that, because the key to true liberation is wholeness. And I see this so much in spiritual communities, where it's, oh, we're woke, or we're aware, or we're conscious, and they're not. Anytime I hear that phrase come from any person who claims to be spiritual, you have a lot of work to do. If you ever catch yourself saying, oh, they're just asleep, oh, they're not aware, they lack awareness, who are you to judge? You see yourself separate from them. We're all fragments of source, knowing itself, learning itself, recognizing itself. The opposite of love is hate. And what is hate? Hate is love that has forgotten itself. That's all that is. So again, I want to stress to those of you that are in this shift, okay? Again, just a little recap. We are releasing a dense energy, and some are truly observing this shift, and they're taking the time that they need to transition and to move forward into another space. What will happen if I do this? Then that's going to affect this person, that's going to affect that person. You know what? The best thing that anyone can do right now, any being right now, is to do what is true in your heart and commit to that. If that means leaving a job that pays $65,000, $75,000 a year, do it. If that means leaving a 25-year marriage and you know you gotta go, you know it's the end, do it. Do it. I'm seeing it right here. That way you leave that skin. Imagine a serpent, okay? Because some serpents, they shed skin, okay? Imagine a serpent, okay? Each skin cycle, they release a layer of old dead skin. Imagine if that skin never left. They would morph and turn into something completely different. They would no longer be in their true nature, because they're trying to slither around carrying the same dead skin, the same dead beliefs, the same dead values and principles and attributes that don't serve. Think of someone who never washes, okay? And I hope you don't know anyone who never washes. But think of a person that just neglects themselves and they don't take a shower. And so over time you have a collection of dead skin cells just collecting, and dirt and germs and bacteria and dirt and more dirt and germs. And that opens opportunity for energies to enter into the body and cause illness and cause an imbalance, right? But then again, we can say that maybe the key to knowing ourselves is to divulge, and I don't even know if that's a word. But the key to this whole illusion of separation is to get lost in it, and so that we may know it again, and then we may get lost in it again, to find ourselves again. And it's like this ever evolving door, right? But I sense this great fatigue right now in this realm with the human collective. People are tired, and I'm not talking about just physical fatigue. I'm talking about consciousness. Subconsciously, I'm seeing it. Oh, let's count how many runes are on the womb of all creation. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 14, 5. Okay, so the energy of 5. 5 is alchemy. It is change. It is transformation. Okay. So, again, like if anything, there's this shift taking place, and you don't need to fear it. Okay. Because here's the thing about the deer season, all the seeds that we plant, you know, if you know how to use the new moon, full moon energies, and you know how to use manipulate the space of neutrality, all those seeds that we planted 6 months ago, or 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, I noticed in the season of the wild deer, those seeds begin to flourish. They're ready for harvest, right? So things that you've been planning, feelings, you know, inclinations, intuitions that you've been getting, or intuitive messages, or just this feeling, this nudge. Now is the time. Now is the time. So that wraps up this first reading of the wild deer season. Again, I feel so happy and grateful to get back on schedule for you and for the collective. This is my act of service for the human collective, and may this message find you well and whole. Remember yourself. Remember you, okay? Expand your consciousness, evolve your human being, and embrace supreme loving guidance. Thank you, thank you, thank you.